fellow reptile enthusiasts. I'm doing a video today on keeping live food fresh. I've seen a few of these videos on YouTube dotted around. They all seem to be breeding mealworms. I haven't seen any which are sort of just keeping them fresh. Like if you've only got a small amount of animals like me, you don't really need to breed live food. So I'm going to do a video today on how I keep my mealworms fresh, so they're just plump and juicy, ready for your lizards to eat. Okay, so let's get on with the rest of the video. Let's get on with setting up I just use a small little tub, mainly a tray. You can use just a tray because they can't climb out. But if you're going to use a lid, make sure you have plenty of air holes, because the way I keep them are slightly not wet but damp. So make sure you've got plenty of ventilation holes, so when it comes to sort of closing the lid, there's plenty of moisture can escape. That's the sort of size I use. It's just a little hatchling tub, and I'll show you what I use. Basically, what you're going to need is a good amount of eco earth, which I have already prepared. And what you're going to do is just line it up as you would normally, which most people use oats. So I'm just going to sit there and fill this up quite now. And as you can see, my eco earth is slightly damp, but not to the point where water comes out of it. That should be about enough. Right, and this next part is what I do personally. You don't have to. A lot of people may disagree with me, but this is just the way I do it. Keeping animals is an art form, not a science. Well, I at least think so anyway. The next thing I put in, a little bit of calcium carbonate, which is just lime flour basically. And all I do, this is completely safe for your animals, this is pure calcium powder. I'll sprinkle a little bit just in with the eco earth, like that. And then what I'll do, I give a good mix. And what this does, it absorbs into the soil, so when they're absorbing the moisture, they're absorbing the calcium as well. And therefore, when your lizard or fish or whatever eats the mealworm you're feeding, it's going to be passed on into the animal. So now it's done, all you're going to need to do is put your mealworms in. I've just got a fresh tub of standard meals. As you can see, if you use oats or bran, it comes with this powder, which is basically their crap. So I like to keep them nice and plump. This is actually a few I had before. I'll just bung them on in there. And what I do, just give them a good little mix into it. They can do all their crap. They're in there, and I'll just put a few sliced potato, a few carrots, that sort of thing, and then you're done. Simple as peas, or easy as peas if you're not
just
weirdo
another
like
thing
me.
quickly before I go,
I am going to end the video. Keeping your mealworms cool does slow down the whole process of them turning into pupae and then the beetles. So keeping them cool is pretty much important. I actually keep the eco earth outside, so it stays relatively cool. So when I mix them in with the mealworms, they stay relatively cool, and I don't have to put them in a fridge because they do tend to sweat more when they go into that horrible stasis where they don't move at all. So if you just keep the sort of substrate they're in cool, then you don't have to cool down everything, and it makes it a whole lot easier.